You play golf like a gambler, a scratch golfer plays like an investor. These are the things that you do that a scratch golfer would never do. Scratch golfers may look like it's all natural and it's coming so easy to them, and it is, except they really do plan. How many times have you planned your round in your mind or on a map or on an app like the Shot Pattern app before? How many times have you done that? Exactly. It's not just willy-nilly hit and hope, spray and pray golf. It's plan, execute, adapt, use that feedback loop to continue the whole game. Something that you probably do, and I see it a lot in double-digit handicap golfers, is getting to the ball, getting all the preparation done, getting the waggle out the way, getting ready, and then at the ball, completely freezing. Boom, suddenly comes to a dead stop, and it's just calf muscles. Ugh, bum, push the back out, something like that, squeeze the club tighter, and they're just frozen over there. Or maybe you freeze over the ball for like 3, 4, 5, 6 seconds, producing more tension, and all that pre-shot routine just goes out the window. Watch a scratch golfer. He will never be stationary for an extended period of time. There's always some form of motion. Take my club and put it behind the ball. There's motion, motion. My feet are always going back and forth on these shots like this, just transferring the weight a little bit. Get comfy, couple waggles, look at the hole. There's always motion. Then when the club goes to the ball, it's ripping quickly. And one of the things you'll see scratch golfers do that you're probably not doing is practicing their putting. And scratch golfers generally only practice inside 6 feet when they're trying to make putts on the practice green. Otherwise, it's just about speed control, getting the ball to stop near the hole on a good line. Practicing speed is very important, and this is why you'll see a scratch golfer would never putt like this. Because the scratch golfer understands slope. This is a downhill putt. If you hit it like a flat putt, if you're not taking your time to understand the slope of the green, you're going to have return putts like that. And then what happens is, a scratch golfer also won't do, is get tentative on the way back and leave it short, because now you're freaked out by the downhill putt that you hit so far past. Very, very important concept on the greens.
Bibis.
And we got it to the hole, that's fine. We take the 3-putt, and don't get hung up on the 3-putt. This is another thing scratch golfers will never do that you may be doing. We're getting hung up on this 3-putt. We hit the green in 2, and now we've 3-putted. It's the end of the day. It's the first hole, and now I'm going to think about my 3-putt on the first hole the rest of the round. I'm going to get freaked on every single putt and 3-putt 17 times out of 18 greens, because now I'm freaked out. Par 5. What do we hit on every tee? Driver. That's according to the Dingleberry crowd. But scratch golfers don't just pull out the driver for par 4 and par 5. The water on the left is well within reach of a driver. There's trouble on the right-hand side that's more in reach than if it's from a further back tee. And I intend to leave myself a certain distance into the hole. For me, anything inside pitching wedge range is fine. And a lot of people may say, well, scratch golfers only do that because they have more distance and are able to control the ball more. You know, I must hit driver because if I don't hit it well, at least it's going to go up there somewhere. I understand, but most of the time what I see happening is the driver comes out and slices into the trees. Then there's a few rescue shots that go bad because it's trying to be hero shots, and we end up taking a 5 or a 6 on this hole. If the driver's causing you problems, you have to take it out the bag, practice it away from the course, very important, and then come introduce it on very wide open holes, just like even a scratch golfer will do when their driver is off the boil. They'll introduce it after working back on it on the wider holes. I feel you, player. I see you. I see you. We get the whole pre-shot routine done. We get up to the ball and line up your club and your body, and then we're never looking up again at the target to see where the ball's going. I see it quite a lot. Often the ball never goes where it's supposed to go because we didn't double check, get that final visual in our mind of where's the target, see the target, play to the target. I see it on approach shots, and I see it chip shots, and I see it on putts the most. The entire putting routine, get to the ball, few putting strokes, slide in behind the ball, and never look again where you're putting. How do you gauge the speed? Your body and brain need that connection and the perception to tell you, boom, that's where we're going. Just before hitting, at least one more look. Oh, chupacabra, that's real good. But the crazy part is, scratch golfers don't give eine kleine Scheiße about strokes gained. Absolutely none. They don't compare against anybody else only themselves. You'll find that any scratch golfer using a watch and sensors or a shot tracking app or shot pattern app will be focusing on what they have been doing in the game, picking up patterns. A pattern recognition system inside the scratch golfer's mind is really the key to why they improve. Wow, tong tong. He's not a real 5 handicapper. He's not a real 10 handicapper. Oh, he hits the ball so far. He's just going to beat me. Scratch golfers do not concern themselves with other people's games and other people's handicaps, fake or not. A scratch golfer has been humbled by this game so intensely that they become more like a rhino with shielding armor on their body. Because when you go out and shoot an 85 as a scratch golfer in front of people who are expecting you to shoot a good score, that's very humbling. The game at scratch golf, you learn very quickly, will cut you down as soon as you think you're too big for your boots. As soon as you start focusing externally on everyone else, it's an internal game about yourself, constantly evaluating and taking the feedback loop to understand what's happening. Frustration happens, but scratch golfers do not concern themselves with petty things, which is what gives them that little air of superiority when you see them at the golf course. They don't care. No, scratch golfers don't care about whatever's happening around. They don't remember any of your shots. They don't remember any sandbaggers, any handicap cheats. They don't care. They only care about their game. I've noticed them going way, way to the left. So there's something happening that's not normal, because that's a very unusual divot pattern. So the feedback loop is always there to make you adaptable. Instead of going, oh, I'm hitting a beta fade. I should be hitting the alpha dog draw. I'm a drawer of the ball. I'm a big man. I might just play the fade today. I don't know, maybe I'll lose 10 yards or 5 yards on my shot, and I'll just play one more club and hit the fade all day. Easy game, not a problemski. Water off a duck's back. Water off Grace Cherie's crack. It's the REDTIGER rangefinder. This thing's only about $100, absolutely fantastic, accurate, stick it on the golf cart, meters, yards, slope function, everything you need. And I promise you, your planning game, your execution game is gonna be next level. Chipping with the highest loft in the bag, 56 or 60 degree, very often it's a 60 degree. The misunderstanding that this club is for chipping everywhere or pitching everywhere. It's a very niche club for niche positions, and a scratch golfer will not be using it in every position, I guarantee that. Especially on little chips where there's no need to carry it so far. So we can do the 56 degree, and it's very difficult to control the spin rates and get it to stop close. We could do an 8 or 9 iron here and just bump it onto the green, get it rolling like a putt away from the right hand side, and get the ball just a little bit closer, more reliably. Gives you a little bit of error here in the impact zone. You don't have to be perfect. Scratch golfers do it because they have options from practicing the short game so much that they have an imagination, which is merely just a lot of shots in the arsenal to use in any given moment, instead of just being a dingleberry hitting a 60 degree when it's not really applicable. If you want to start getting down to breaking 80 scratch golf, you have to give up your addiction to chaos. The scratch golfer mind is much clearer, much calmer, because there's a large arsenal of shots. There's a large amount of practice that's gone into that, and that gives you a sense of calmness and stillness. Because even if you hit a shitty shot, you understand your arsenal, what you can do, your trajectory, your distances from every lie. You know so much about your game because you did some self-study. We have a par 5 here. Let's say I'm having a low confidentiality day. Scratch golfer has no problem bringing out a little 5 iron, just getting it in play, play for the par. Whew. The more stress-free the shot, the better the golf. The more high-stress playing shots you don't know how to play, the worse your golf. More difficult shots you hit in a row. Scratch golfers hit more of their easy shots in a row. The only difference is their easy shots are this amount, your easy shots are this amount. Accepting your station in golf is the key to progress to the next station. Living in station 1 with 12 shots, trying to play golf in station 17 with 103 shots in your arsenal is the key to chaos. You're chasing better swings. Scratch golfers are chasing better questions. The question of, what did I do? Why did it happen? How do I stop it? How do I redistribute my energy to create a better solution? And that is one of the key mindset shifts once I started playing better golf was I just thought, hang on, this ain't working. What am I doing? And part of this now is understanding, hey, I'm not making very good scores. What am I doing wrong? I'm hitting hero shots. I can go for the hero shot all the way to the green over these trees, but what if my trajectory doesn't match the ability to fly over the trees as well as carry all the way over the next trees to the green? Now I'm stuck in trees, or I hit the trees and I go in the water, have to take a drop. That's a silly billy behavior. You can't control your distances and you can't hit it to the place you want to go because you're not consistent enough. You should hit it as close to the green as possible. Do you have the shot from that lie to hit that shot as close to the green as possible? Probably not. Let's keep it in play. Little niner. Do you know why scratch golfers don't listen to dingleberries in their studios? Let's say you hit the ball to as close to the green as possible. We are now well inside 100 yards. Look at what we have remaining. And this is the key. We have a ball from the rough, a pretty decent lie, but the rough here is more unpredictable than a short lie in the fairway. We're going over this bunker, partial shot all the way over. There's probably about 12 yards from the edge of that bunker to the pin. We've got to get this to carry the right distance without plopping it in the bunker or teething it over the green like a dingleberry. And that can all be set up with that approach shot to a hundy. I can hit a full sand wedge in. Even the angle, if I just hit it 270, I can run one up between the bunkers. But now I've put it into the left-hand side rough here, going for as close to the green as possible. And scratch golfers do get it as close as possible, but the only reason is the interpretation of the lie. That is the key difference. The scratch golfer knows how the lie is going to react, and he has the arsenal of shots to play from every single lie and then adapt his expectations based on the conditions. So if the conditions are saying, you ain't going to get this close, big doggy, you got to go, correct. The lie is telling me that. The landing area is telling me that. Now I'm going to adapt my shot, go left of the pin, go long of the pin, stay short of the green, leave myself a chip or a putt up the front. Just stay safe. Don't hit a shot, soft lob shot, into this bunker, leaving a fried egg lie, taking another 3 shots from there. 64 yards, we're going to hit a 52 degree, just a 9 o'clock 52, and we'll hopefully land this at the hole, not short. Close proximity to the hole doesn't mean anything when your lie is telling you to shizer your pants. And that's the thing, goes a little bit long because we don't want to go in this bunker. Could have all changed if we had just been further to the right, not going as close to the green. So scratch golfers try to break that programming a lot better by not listening to fake gurus. But when the fake gurus get to you and they make you hit shots like that, please tell me how being closer to the green on average is going to help the average golfer, when the average golfer, according to the same people, can't control their distances. So how are you going to control your distance on a partial shot? It's much easier to control from the fairway on your full shots than it is from a partial shot from the rough over a bunker onto a slopey green. So what happens is you come and now you're frustrated because you didn't hit the green after following the advice, and you've got your 60-degree out here for a chip. You get the single teapot and the look to the heavens and the sigh. And the performance is not for you. The performance is for everybody else. And that is something you won't see scratch golfers do. A scratch golfer performs internally, sometimes externally, for a very short space of time and then gets over it and hits the next shot. Scratch golfers just know what shot to pick in the right moment based on the difficulty of the lie, the difficulty of the landing area, and adjust the expectation to what a good shot actually is. And with a scratch golfer, they play one shot shape. There's no shot shaping happening here, left and right, right and left. It's just one shot shape, stock shot, hit every single time to positions they can hit their stock shots. If they get in trouble, they accept it, adapt, and get it to another stock shot. Absolutely money game. The ball as hard as they can off the tee because they got some advice. Hit it as long as possible off the tee. There's a lot of caveats missing there. Hit the ball as far off the tee as you possibly can with the club that is safest to stay in play. What that means is, if it's safe for your driver, hit the driver. If it's not safe for a driver, not safe for your 3-wood, your 2-iron, your 4-iron, maybe you have to hit the 6-iron. That's as far as you can possibly hit the ball without finding trouble. Now I hit a 2-iron here up the left side to give myself a very stress-free shot, don't have to clear any trees, and I leave a very nice approach shot into the green.
Liebes.
That's the scratch golfer's big key, is being able to interpret the lie and change the shot based on the lie. So we're not playing to a distance, which you may be doing at the moment, we're playing to the lie. If this were in the fairway, 9 iron, from here, we're hitting the 8 iron. Because the ball is above my feet, I have to grip down a little bit, that's gonna lose distance there, and I have to swing around a slope, and it's gonna draw in. We've cut the corner there, and we've got ourselves a 75-yard shot into the par 4, which is absolutely money if I have the shot. Absolutely money ski. That's what you do, that scratch golfers would never do. Check out this video over here for more info on scratch golf like an absolute bousy.